Hello world, hello Australia, and hello Malta. Now today, guys, I've got Tim Raynor. I interviewed Tim about 7 months ago. I've been waiting to do another interview with this guy. He's a big member of the Crypto Nebula Telegram group. He's a wonderful guy. He's the CEO of Blockscart. Now, since 7 months, he's been doing a lot of hard work. He's been networking. He's been doing a lot of partnerships. He's been really busy working on the platform, working on setting up the direction of Blockscart, going from Ethereum over to Waves. Mate, great to have you here. How you going, Tim?
Exhausted. Nice to see you, mate. It's nice to catch up. It's been a while since we've done that video. I think it was at the top of the year. When a lot of people that are now in crypto started to come into crypto, do you mean? So the adoption and the growth of crypto since January, since we had that first discussion, has just exploded, you know? So all good, mate, all good.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like the landscape's changed from then to now, where the market's dropped a fair bit, but hopefully that'll change soon, Tim. So, mate, I understand you're in Malta at the moment. You've got a bit of a tan there. So, mate, tell us why you're in Malta.
Malta, blockchain island. I had to come here. I was offered to come here to meet with some of the regulatory staff, the Maltese Stock Exchange, the government, running up to the Malta blockchain event coming up in November, and the Delta Summit as well. And not only that, I came to help out with an ICO called Quizando, run by Wesley Elul, which are backed by Boyce Avenue. So there's a lot of reasons I've come to Malta. I had to come here and see it for myself. Everybody talking about, you walk on the street and people are talking about crypto, and that's what's happening. They've really adopted it here and taken it on board. And we're better too if you're trying to build infrastructure on the technology that's about to rock the world. Why not do it here? So. Oh,
definitely. I remember you had one of your tweets earlier on, and it seemed like the Maltese government are pretty friendly, either on a tweet or in the Telegram channel. Do you find that the Maltese government are quite supportive of blockchain in crypto?
Yeah, there's still dinosaurs within the industry, no matter what country and whatever government. But there's a lot of people that are trying to retrain the mind to accept the new technology. A lot of people don't like letting go of their control or their power. And with decentralization or blockchain, distributed technology can remove that power essentially and make it fair. And they're just brilliant. I mean, you can meet with the Prime Minister, and like I was meeting with the Maltese Stock Exchange, one of the heads yesterday, and one of the heads of the regulatory framework, the guy that actually put it in place, Chris. It's just different here compared to the UK, where you're trying to get some sort of answer from the FCA and they just tell you, we can't help you, or sending hundreds of emails over the last year trying to find out, is there anything we need to do to follow regulation, and they just can't give you information. The only people they seem to be helping are the banks themselves. And it's like we're trying to get that off them to make our own way, sort of thing, But yeah, Malta, spot on, mate.
So would you be looking at maybe moving over to Malta to continue on with Blockscart there?
Yeah, so we had a discussion last night, like I said, with Chris, the head of the stock exchange, and a couple of legal teams. So we're going to see about moving Blockscart as an entity, as a business here to Malta. Maybe Rami, our CTO, and a couple of the team will come over here, work in the office, run the office. Malta wants to bring in, they will help companies come to Malta to be compliant and regulated. And if you're a genuine ICO, trying to raise funds, then if you've got nothing to hide, then come to Malta and accept the fact that these people are willing to help and back you. And there's a lot of people that help. Obviously, there's people that charge, but they still understand the things you have to go through to become regulated and follow guidelines. At the end of the day, unless you join with the governments and the banks and things like that, blockchain's not really going to take off, because it's them that have the power to distribute it towards the communities and the people, So this world of utopia and decentralized world is a long way off, but we need to work with the governments rather than try and fight or anarchy against them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Malta we'll be coming back to. I'm coming back in about 2 weeks after Portugal, because I've got the ABC Summit in Portugal.
Okay.
Guest there. I'm in London this week with World Blockchain Summit, Adrian White, Craig Wright's there, Mr. Satoshi himself. So I want to go meet him. And then, yeah, coming back to Malta. So, but we're also, I was speaking with one of the heads of the university, Joshua, yesterday, and we are looking at creating, with Rami, the Camelot incubator.
Okay.
And trying to help companies or just people that have a dream to build something, bring their dream to life. Do you mean if it's something that needs blockchain technology, needs a crypto asset itself rather than can use the ones already existing, then we're looking to fund and help, and we'll have a team of developers and everything to actually build on legal framework and everything. So that's what we're looking to do in Malta, and that will help with Blockscart as well. That'll help Blockscart because, you know, Blockscart has always been the goal to be a place where people can buy and sell products. Now we're adding in services like Fiverr. The market is even bigger, and cryptocurrency is a method of payment with escrow. Once the smart contracts are launched on Waves 2 and complete, we'll be able to put the automated smart contract escrow, multi-sig wallets and stuff in. At this moment in time, we're coming to Malta because Malta will give us the license to be the escrow to hold the funds.
Okay.
So you need. So there's a lot of other e-commerce platforms, competitor, for example, Cash Shop, which we were joined as a partner. That didn't go to plan, but they won't be able to do escrow legally without some sort of license to do so. So it's better to go with the people that are licensed and regulated than the people that are not. At least their money's trustworthy. So that's me rambling on, Jamie.
So the direction of Blockscart has evolved, because going back when I first talked to you, you had a plan of e-commerce store, so the token itself can be used for more than that now. Could you maybe go in a bit more about that, Tim?
The utility of the token. So as everybody knows, we started off an Ethereum network, as most ICOs do. But when you start to learn and develop thought within blockchain, you understand that Ethereum essentially is not the best out there. Yes, you can build dApps and everything on, but we wanted something that was fast, cheap, easy to access, easy to come off, and Waves had that. We now speak with Waves Labs, incubator, and they're backing us. Sasha Ivanov, the CEO of Waves, we've had discussions, and they're backing us. Unlike Ethereum and Vitalik, which is focusing on other things rather than actually sorting the scaling issues out with Ethereum. So over this last year, the grand plan of Blockscart was to become this Amazon-y type of business, but it's not the decentralized world, and the cryptocurrency world has not responded the way we thought it would have. So we have to take small steps and build the baby infrastructures to take that steps up. You know, build the houses before we build the skyscrapers. So we have to make it as simple, a dumbed down, you know, without sounding rude, as dumbed down as possible that a monkey could do it. You go on there, you list one product or list 100 products or services, and people can buy and sell. It's that easy. There's no fees. There's no fees to list. There's no memberships. We take 3% from escrow, and then you paid out to BLXS. It's that simple, you know. So everything has changed. The BLXS token will be used on various platforms. I can't go into more detail about that yet, but United Restaurants, which is like a Just Eat, we're looking to launch that. It's owned by my CTO, Rami Gabal. It's got over 40,000 restaurants and convenience stores on there, and we're looking to implement cryptocurrency payment fiat gateway in there as well. So that could be massive. But again, we can't rush these things. Everyone's like with other cryptocurrencies, when Binance, when Moon, when launch, and all this nonsense, but they're not supporting the platforms. They're just looking for a quick flip and gamble in cryptocurrency, and that's what's become about. It's become how much money I can make rather than let me support this technology and get it to the point we need first, and then we can look at it. It's never been about the gambling. It's always been about the use cases of cryptocurrency, you know. So it's just gold rush at the moment for a lot of people, you know. So,
for sure. I guess, like, you know, you're taking the time, you're doing the right things, and these things don't happen overnight. And you want to make sure you deliver a really good product. And you have been, because I've noticed that you have a working demo, your beta.
Yeah.
Could you talk a bit about that, the actual, the platform that you've been working on?
The platform's finished. It's simple. It's a web-based platform, cloud servers and things, and it combines cryptocurrency at this moment in time. Like I said, when Waves launched the Turing Complete, we can put the smart contract functionalities in, let it all be automated. So there's multi-sig, 2 people have to authorize the payment or transaction to go through. You could do that on Ethereum now, but the problem with the Ethereum network, it was getting to the point with so many of these airdrops that the network is getting congested. And it's like, how can we become a payment token on a network that's as slow as Barney Rubble in his little go-kart? Like, it just,
and the gas prices.
Over the last year, a lot of people are still stuck with Ethereum because they don't know anything else, and they're like, Ethereum this, Ethereum that. But the Ice Age is coming, the hard fork is coming, Constantinople is coming. If they don't sort it out, Ethereum is going to pop. It's going to go down, So everybody's got their own opinion to that. Some people think it's going to shoot up the sky, and some people think it's going to crash to zero. But Ethereum contract or Ethereum code itself can actually make it go to zero if they don't do the upgrades in time. They put that big data block timeout on it. So a lot of people are unaware of that, and it's not being made public. So it's worth a read. But yeah,
you definitely find that Waves, you have said, but that they are supportive, like they are a good platform to work with. You feel like you're getting supported there. You feel like you're in a good platform.
Yeah, Evgeny from the Waves Lab, fantastic. The support they give us, the information they give us. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, there's not much community, because they're a company. They don't want to use Telegram and things like that. They've got one, but they're more about spending time on doing things to get the job done rather than sitting around on a Telegram. And the same with the team now. We were quite active in Telegram. There's really no point, as long as people know that we are developing something, rather than spending our time saying, hello, welcome, or when airdrop and all this in your Telegram group. It's like Telegram group has now run its course. Yeah. And it's full of bots. It's full of bots. It's full of scams. It's full of the wrong people. It's full of fake YouTubers. I mean, how many times Crypto Koala has come into our group offering us reviews? It's like, hang on, I know Crypto Koala. He's one of my mates. So it's, becoming obsolete.
Yeah, I hear you, Tim, definitely, mate.
The crypto world has grown on. And a lot of people that were influencers back in the day are no longer in their position. And there's new people coming about helping out. Yeah. Like, without Rami Gabal joining Blockscart, we probably would have failed after OctaX scam. Rami has turned us around. So he's a great leader. And as a technical chief, superb, spot on. And his networking skills are fantastic. And he's got us this major deal.
Yeah, I know you can't talk about that, Tim. I'm dying to hear major deal.
What I can say, it's not Binance. Because people will be going, oh, it's Binance. No, if we wanted to go on Binance, I'd phone CZ up and give him $1 million. I want to go on Binance. Then our coin becomes some sort of pump and dump. No, we don't want that. We want to take it slow and build up over time. We're not in a rush. It's not a race, man. It's a marathon. It's making sure that what we develop is for the wider community rather than just token holders, So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's the long-term use of the platform, of the token, and of the whole project, definitely. Credit to Rami. I've noticed his work, and he does an exceptional job with and Diesel notice as well. I do notice him as another YouTuber. He does quite well, and helps out.
Brilliant. Digital Notice are one of our best advisors coming from that region. Their media team is fantastic. They've helped us out with the communities, the forums, the events, everything. Digital Notice is spot on. I'd recommend Digital Notice to anyone. Same with yourself. I mean, you're not as active anymore. You've got the family. Yeah. And I think this year sort of wound you up with ICOs, scam ICOs, etc., exit scams. And the same with Andy, ICO review. There's a lot of us that have been in it quite a while, and a lot of newbies coming in, and they're sort of trying to, tell us how it's done, and we've been in the industry quite a while. But so we've had a switch run as well. So Emma Taylor, My partner, who was CMO of Blockscart, is no longer CMO of Blockscart.
Okay.
Emma's taken a step back. She's going to university, do something she loves. She's still on the team, helping out with the marketing side when Blockscart becomes a platform and alpha. So we took on Akil Gupta as CMO. Now, Akil is one of the biggest names within the realm, within the circles of the cryptocurrency and ICO world. And who better than to have someone that knows inside out all the marketing techniques than Akil? And he's been one of the best assets to us. And he's obviously one of the partners within the company as well. So you know, we've got a good, strong team. We have Vladimir Nikitin and Nikolai Shkilev as advisors. We've got a couple of more coming on. We've got Andy, Digital Notice as advisors. There's a lot of people that want to join us for some reason, even though we've not gone for 40 million and things like that. So it's quite good. Do you mean?
I remember going back to the ICO, and you had extremely low, hard cap as well, and you're not looking at making heaps and heaps of money. Some like these other ICOs are asking ridiculous amounts of money to launch their ICO, and I remember you had a pretty reasonable ICO back then, and just with the token swap now, and I understand that it's coming up soon, so you're looking at transferring the old ERC20 blocks token for the Waves equivalent
BLXS.
So
because this year's market just went to pan, we had the OctaX exit scam. They had a couple of million of our tokens where people had put the token on exchange. We paid to get on OctaX. We paid for liquidity, for market making and stuff to start off. I mean, we've got to be truth and honest. They stole it. And what happened when they done the exit scam, every time people were trading on DDX or any of the other exchanges, they were cashing out our token for pennies. They were taking all our liquidity. We only had a small amount out there. We stopped the ICO, obviously, because the FCA and things like that. So it became a bit of a nightmare. And our only option, rather than it go completely bust, was to do a token swap. So the people that invested in our ICO still have an option. It'll be longer. It'll take longer. But there'll still be an option and a way out of it, Stuff like this happens, and it's just a shame that OctaX done a dash at us. They were 10.5 million 24-hour liquidity. Most of the exchanges out there now are 2 million, 3 million. Do you know what I mean? I think IDEX, one of the big exchanges, is only a couple of million. So they were much bigger than them. And it's just a shame what happened. They took all that money off us. And at the time we had an ICO, Ethereum was above $600.
Yeah.
Now it's $200. So financially, it was a nightmare for our company when the market was going up and down to actually get things done. So that's why it's taken longer. But the big news is coming, and we will announce it shortly, and we will explain to everyone what's going on. But the token swap is going ahead. We've captured all the information, who's having what's going out. Everything is ready, but we just need to wait for this news to come through before we can distribute it. We don't want to do it in a bear market when it's dull. So.
Well, hopefully, what do you think of this ETF? I'm bullish, and I'm hoping that this ETF is going to happen at the 30th. And it's going to be positive, but what's your thoughts on it? What do you think if this did get approved on the 30th of September, this CBOE one?
I think ETFs are positive to bring more money in, whether they go down that route or whether they go down conventional investing. They're limited right now. Even in Malta, there's a 5,000 euro cap on investing. So I think ETFs are really good for it. A lot of people disagree. Everybody's got their own opinion, and look at it. I think it's a good thing. I do think 2018 will be the year to see ETFs, and if they do, hold on to your seat. That's all I can say, But 2020 is I go from 2020 is the time when something happens to Bitcoin. I can't remember the whole gist of it, but something happens to Bitcoin that could also shoot Bitcoin up itself without anything, because I don't know. Anyway, what about your thoughts? What's your thoughts on ETFs?
Yeah, I agree with you, and I can understand why some people do get a bit. They don't like the idea of big financial institutional money, Wall Street getting involved with cryptocurrency, but at the same time, I think it will massively speed up adoption. It's like the internet. As soon as when institutional money was put into the internet, it just went through the roof, going back to the, was it 1993, 1994?
Yeah.
So I think that it is needed, really. There's a lot of people in this market experiencing it from the highs of earlier on, beginning of the year to now. There's a lot of people that are pretty sad out there, and that they're starting to lose hope. But the thing is, though, I'm very bullish at the moment because the market is so cheap. Some of these cryptos are so cheap. Ethereum is so low. Some other really good products like Waves, Neo.
But
If
is
an
it?
ETF was to get approved, say tomorrow, it's going to be very, very tempting for a lot of these hedge funds to start buying up in huge amounts.
But mate, is cryptocurrency at this moment in time cheap, or has the price been manipulated to bring the price down for entry while an ETF? They know what's going on. They know something's coming. You know what I mean? Look at the Twinkletoes brothers, the Winklevoss or whatever they're called. They just launched their stable coin. I think it's an ERC20 token. It's like, come on, out of all the people with the clues, you've gone down ERC20. It's like, come on, guys. Ethereum's got issues, and if you can't see that a mile off, this, you shouldn't be investing your money. I was like, oh, but we'll see how it goes, man. It's a roller coaster. But this year has been worse than any. Where the price has gone from Ethereum $1,200-$1,300 down to $180 or something. So when I woke up and saw that price, I was like, oh.
It does hurt. I know, and I'm going to agree, but and I agree with you, and I think that there's some manipulation going on here with some of the short. You can see the market.
There's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of manipulation.
And the whales.
There's a lot of manipulation, mate, and market makers galore. Once that market maker pulls out their 5,000 Bitcoin, that's 5,000 less Bitcoin on the market. And they go and put it somewhere else and put it into Tether and keep it there until the market stabilizes and get back on it. Let other people start buying in. So it's literally like it's like a poker game at the moment. Do you mean everyone's put a poker face on?
And while we're on that, guys, just make sure that you do your own research and you don't just jump in the game.
Careful of the trap. Be careful of the trap.
Definitely.
Because it's been happening over the last couple of months. The trap has been put in by big money guys trying to claw back their money, and then as soon as they sort of get back enough, they're cashing out, and that's when the market's going boom. So just be careful. Just be careful. I mean, nothing's a safe bet. Just because Bitcoin is Bitcoin and it's gone up to 20 grand, that was because of the gold rush that came in at the top of the year. Do you mean? And now those people are already in the crypto community. Actually, those people are now experts within the crypto community. They've all got massive Twitter followers. They're all experts. So it's weird this year, isn't it? How many experts have come out? How many people now offer this, that, and the other for your work?
Oh, it's incredible. It is, because everyone, like you see on LinkedIn, and you suddenly everyone's an expert on this, an expert on that. It's like, wow, like overnight, people with, and that's most probably good in a good way. That sort of being the representation of entrepreneurialism, people who want to become the next CEO or become the next. So someone's got to start somewhere, and in a way it's good, but then in the other way it's that there's still a lot of experience that needs to come. I mean, it takes years and years. A lot of these new companies, marketing, developers, even leadership and running the ICOs, I guess, years and years and years of experience, because it's still relatively, it's a very new technology, and the crypto game's still quite new in comparison to, to the internet and things like that.
I think the people have been quite a long time focus on blockchain itself, and rather than the money side of it. You start to have a love for it rather than about the money. It's not about the money. Everyone wants a Lamborghini. I prefer Tesla. Tesla Model S will do the job for me. but I'm yet to be able to get that. So it just shows that I've had not much luck with trading, and a lot of people are pretending to be full of bags and things. You know, look at these YouTubers, Michael Superman. I'm not going down that route, but yeah, you know, people like that, and yeah. So I'm not going to go into it, but I think the future is looking good for crypto. STOs are going to be on the rise. There's a lot more money going to be coming into that. It's more like to the IPO side. But if you're investing in ICOs, I would seriously consider only ones with an MVP. If they haven't got an MVP, then it's all talk on a piece of paper. Do you know what I mean? All writing. And make sure if you've got someone that's a CEO or a team in some sort of industry, that they have experience within that industry. I know a guy that works in Tesco's now as a CEO of a company in the UK trying to launch an exchange. So going from stacking shelves to being a CEO of an exchange handling over 10 million a day, not being rude or nothing, but you've got to have some sort of experience in management and things like that to be able to project manage and things, you know. So, you know, I mean, I'm not taking it away from them. Everyone's got that dream of becoming Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg, but in reality, only few ever make it that big.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what's next? What's next for you?
Well, mate, what's next for me is that most probably just go and have some dinner, and then and that's most probably going to be my afternoon there, Tim. I most probably got some interviews that lined up over the next few weeks. Just got to see if they eventuate. But mate, I'm just looking forward to the news coming out of Blockscart, and I'm looking for the this ETF, mate. Really, I'm looking forward to see when that gets announced. But mate, it's been great talking to you. I know you mentioned that you're flying back soon, so you most probably haven't got very long until you have to jump back on that flight, Tim.
Yeah, in about half an hour, I'm going over to the Quizando HQ. Will help Wesley out a little bit more. What that Quizando, if we get the chance to speak to them or learn about them, quizando.io.
Okay.
Like I said, Voice Avenue, if anybody knows music or content, Voice Avenue are like the cover kings. They have taken YouTube by storm. They tour the world, 11 million subscribers. They're massive reach, and they basically a part of Quizando, and it's huge. Just like what's that HQ game, Trivia Pursuit and things like that. It's fantastic, mate. Rewarding game, and everything in Malta is gaming as well, which is great. Can you imagine Call of Duty adding token rewards within cryptocurrency? It'd be like push, kick off. Can't wait, mate. Something's gonna come. It's gonna boom once more.
Yeah, great stuff, mate. Well, if you've liked our conversation, if you've liked the video, hit the like button. Sharing is caring, guys. Please share our video. Be awesome. Thank you so much, Tim, and I'll catch you later, mate. Have a safe trip home.
All right, thanks, buddy. I'll catch you later, all right?
Yeah, mate. Bye.
There we go.